to Hyperfixation Time. I'm Erin.
And I'm Danny.
We've been best friends since the second day of kindergarten, and this is the podcast where we drag each other and you down the rabbit holes we can't stop thinking about. Each week, one of us brings a surprise topic to the table, and together we dive into the weird, the wild, and the wonderfully random. From interesting animals to macabre mysteries to just curious human behavior, nothing is off limits, and we're learning right along with you. So let's start by catching up, and then we will jump into this week's hyperfixation.
Yay, yay, yay. So, Erin, what you been up to this week?
I got dinner with two of my friends. She's going in for top surgery, but it was nice. It was nice to catch up, and she's feeling ready for things. So
Cool.
just yeah, it was really good food.
Yeah, where'd you
It was
go?
over in Paoli,
Okay,
like
I've
near
heard of it.
Verona.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember the name. It was like something schoolhouse and really good food.
Cool.
You know, like just high quality. It was a cute atmosphere too. And it's just always great hanging out with them. When you just have those people that you can just be yourself around and like that you just appreciate. That's how they are with me and one of my friends that I've known since college. So like actually longer than I've known PJ.
Nice.
I met her before I met PJ. And then her wife.
Yeah. Sweet.
Good food. What about you?
Let's see. We had a pretty big weekend. Well, Dwight and I went up to Sturgeon Bay, which is in Door County, and for any, again, non-Wisconsin people, Door County is just kind of like known as like the pretty and like touristy area of Wisconsin, and especially, you know, this time of year, it's so gorgeous. Like everything was peak color out there. And we went out there for one of our mutual friends' wedding reception celebrations. Basically, she got an Airbnb on the lake and just had, you know, a small group of friends come and hang out for the night and play games. We had a bonfire, there was a hot tub, and it was like literally on the water, so it was beautiful. And it was just a really good time, and I enjoyed meeting some of her other friends, and I love her husband too, so that's pretty cool. They're married now, they've been together for a long time, so I'm happy for them.
Yay.
And yeah, it was just really good. Yeah.
I know. Congrats, friend. I was so excited to hear about like the planning and everything. So, oh my gosh, sounds amazing.
One of our other mutual friends was there, and she was the one that was the owner of the Ouija board that we mentioned. And which, side note, you might want to remove this. We had that wrong. The Ouija board belongs to Amy.
That's who I was referencing.
I thought you said Jenny. Oh my, I thought it was Jenny's. I misunderstood then.
I think Amy might have brought it over to Jenny's, but I think the first time I used it, it was at Amy.
Gotcha. Well, I
you're
misunderstood
right.
then.
No, I probably
thought
didn't explain
we
that
were talking
well.
about Jenny the whole time, and I thought it was Jenny's that brought it to my house, you know?
Oh,
Anyways,
yeah.
but it was Amy. So anyways,
Yeah.
this mutual friend of ours that was the owner of the Ouija board was laughing because she said she listened to the episode on the way up, and she said she like almost brought the Ouija board, and it would have been so freaking hilarious if she just whipped that thing out right for that night, because we kept making jokes that it was like a horror movie, you know, like Cabin in the Woods type of situation. Like when we got there, like this is how they all start, you know?
Yep. Oh, that would have been hilarious.
I know.
Well, that's funny that she was really close to bringing it.
Right. So that was cool. And then the next day, we went to go pick up Leon from my parents' house. And then when we went out there, we went over to a pumpkin patch again. And that was really nice. Just like a really beautiful day for it. And it's fun to do all the fall activities.
I know. Ugh, it's the best. Did you end up doing the asylum?
Oh yeah, no. No, not this weekend. We're considering actually going back in like a couple weekends to do it. Like maybe right after Halloween, because it's open like that weekend too. So if you want to do it and you feel like hopping over there, the invite's open.
All right. I appreciate it. Yeah, let me know what weekend you're thinking.
Okay.
And I'll keep you posted. I'm gone for the weekend of actual Halloween.
Uh-huh.
And then the following weekend
that I
is
think was the weekend that we're planning on doing it. Is like right after Halloween, because Halloween's on a Friday.
Yep. Okay. Well, you guys have fun if you go.
Okay.
To the asylum. Take some. Maybe you and Dwight can take a like video after or something like that.
Yeah, there you
like,
go.
What your experience?
Our review.
I think that'll be fun because that is foreshadowing well, I guess not
Yeah,
foreshadowing
it's
because it was on last week's. It's
what do
more
you call that? Callback, I guess.
callback. Thank you.
Yeah, and
Yep.
actually, I found out that I had gone trick-or-treating at the asylum when I was a kid. Because, like I said, my
What?
mom used to work there. So,
Right.
before it closed down, I went trick-or-treating there.
Dang. All right.
Yep.
That's crazy. Your mom was like, did she listen? And then that's how.
No.
No. Okay. You just, okay.
Dwight
Okay.
just brought it up.
Gotcha.
All right.
Well, what
Yeah.
is your, I keep wanting to say microfixation,
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Keep that in
which
here.
kind of,
Put it.
which kind of fits.
Yeah, I like it.
I said it the other day, like when I was editing and like going through the spot and showing PJ, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, microfixation. Actually, that kind of
A
works.
microfixation. I like it. We can invent words. That can be our thing.
Yeah. Right? Okay, perfect. So basically where we talk about like the little things, like not a full topic that,
Yeah.
would make a full episode, but just the things that we have been spiraling about for the
Mm-hmm.
last week or so, or maybe longer, just depends. So, what is your microfixation of the week?
So I decided to talk about not my own this week. I'm talking
Okay.
about Dwight's
I,
because I don't really have anything this week, and he just decided to be like hyperfixated on something, so I thought it would be fun to talk about. And
that's a
that
good
is
idea. Good call.
that is making bread. He randomly just decided to be a baker and learn about
Okay.
making bread. And so yes,
Sourdough
not
or
sourdough yet.
yep.
He just wanted to make like some potato bread, so
Okay.
he just looked up how to do it, got some quick activating yeast, and him and Leon made that their project for yesterday. And I was out doing photo shoots for a long chunk of the afternoon. And when I got
Mm-hmm.
home, the whole place just smelled so good. And yeah, it was actually really delicious. I feel like he was underselling himself, and I thought it was great. Like, he was really excited
Really?
about it, obviously, because he made it. And then I
Yeah.
feel like he was just kind of like, yeah, it was all right. And I was like, that
Maybe.
was delicious. Like, it was so good.
What are you talking about? You're
Yeah.
like shoving another one in your
I
mouth
feel
or
like sometimes things taste better when you're not the one that made them, though. And I was
That's
trying to tell
true.
him because he couldn't smell it, and I kept just being like, "It smells so good in here," and he's like, "I can't smell it at all." I am
Yeah,
like sensitive to smells and stuff though too, but still.
sure. Yeah. So you guys haven't ever made bread before this or anything
Well,
like
I
either?
I make stuff, but like usually I'll make like banana bread or like
Yeah.
zucchini bread, so nothing like
Mm,
this where it's like you have to activate yeast. Like this is just
yes.
bread,
Yep.
and it
Yep.
was good. Have you made bread?
Okay. I have. But I think I used is it instant yeast or something? Or
Yeah,
not
that's what I'm
instant.
saying. Yeah, instant
Yeah.
yeast.
Yep. So I did that. I've done that a few times
Okay.
and do it in I have like a Dutch oven
Uh,
and kind of went through a phase as well of
yeah.
doing that.
I feel like it was like a big COVID hobby for a lot of people.
Yes. Yes, definitely. But this is actually within the last probably year because then
Okay.
the thing about PJ is that he hyperfixates on certain pieces of food for a
Mm-hmm.
while.
Okay.
Okay. So I was like, I'm going to make bread. And then
Yeah.
he was obsessed with that bread and ate it
Yeah.
all the time. And I couldn't keep up. And then eventually it just kind of
Mm-hmm.
fizzles out. And it's something new after that. So
Yeah,
I did
that's fair.
a lot of that, but it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. It takes a while in terms of like the whole process from
Right.
start to finish, but yeah, I'm glad that you guys found that. I think if anything too, maybe it's just like Dwight has ideas for like ways to make it, different seasonings
Right.
or just like maybe he's just like churning with ideas or
Yeah.
something for the next time. That's fun.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, yeah, it was something different for him, so I was kind of intrigued to see him follow through on a new interest, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah. That's good. Everyone wins in that
Mm-hmm.
situation. Bread is the best.
What is yours this week? Your
So,
microfixation.
yeah, so mine is I recently got an office chair that allows me to sit cross-legged. Or do you say
Yay.
legged or
Uh,
legged? Legged?
Yeah, legged, cross-leg.
Legged.
Well, actually, now I don't know. It
Yeah,
sounds
I
weird when
know.
you say it multiple times.
I know. Either way, I am such a like I always sit
Mm-hmm.
cross-legged.
I
I'm just
am
gonna
right
say
now,
legged.
ma'am. I
Yes,
always
I
do.
always
Mm-hmm.
do. and I've just noticed like, getting up there, my back was starting to sort of like my like shoulders and stuff were starting to hurt a little bit. So I've been looking into like the cross-legged chairs for your office.
Cool.
And it is wonderful.
Yay.
Honestly, like I never thought I'd like a chair this much, but I am more comfortable. My shoulders and back feel a lot better because I can just like properly sit without like scrunching myself in a chair, basically. So when I work from home and whatnot, I'm just always using it. The one thing I will say is that there is a learning curve when it comes to new office chairs.
Okay.
And didn't think that was the thing. But I have like drawers on my desk for work. And with the new chair, it kind of sits a little bit higher sometimes, and I have to like adjust or, get used to it. And I have smashed my knees into those drawers so many times that it's like PJ will text me and be like, "What just happened?" Like he's downstairs in his office, and I'm like, "Yeah, I smashed my knee, but I'm getting it's fine now. I'm used to it a little bit, But highly recommend a cross-legged, office chair. It's been great. My cats also love it too. Like anytime I'm not on it, somebody's on it. So
that's cute.
That's mine.
Yay. New chairs. I like the different hyperfixations this week. We didn't mention any TV shows or games. Good for us.
No TV shows or games.
All right.
I had some in mind, but
I
saved it. I'll save it for later if needed.
Okay. Are you ready for this week's hyperfixation, Erin?
I'm ready.
Okay. This one is going to be a little different, I think. I just have like a little bit of a different format for it.
Okay.
So this week, for our last spooky week, our Halloween episode, I'm wearing my Halloween sweater. We are talking about extreme haunted attractions, extreme haunts.
All right. Okay, I can understand why you wanted to, you texted me and said, like, I just want to get this out of my brain as well.
Yeah.
It gets a little creepy, doesn't it? But
yeah, so, well, this one's just, it's different. So, my warning for this episode is that this is probably going to be like the most graphic episode we've had so far. Lots of trigger warnings for all the things. So if you are sensitive to these things, it might not be the episode for you. But yeah, because this stuff gets pretty intense, I guess.
I mean, when it's really haunted, it's like...
And so by haunted, Erin, I mean haunted attractions. Like
haunted attractions.
Yeah. Like a haunted... like we talked about with the Sheboygan Asylum.
Okay.
So these are more so places that you would go to spend money to be scared.
Okay. All right.
And again, just to clarify, what is your feeling on places like this? Like, do you like, I mean, you said you only went to the one in Sheboygan the one time.
The haunted house.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not my... I feel like I'm just like so like we talk about this, like I'm contradictory to what I've previously said, because the like spooky tour or like the ghost tour in Madison wasn't spooky enough for me, but like a haunted house is too much for me as well. So, and then like another level is like actually haunted Airbnbs or whatever that might be a thing. So I'm open to it, especially more so now. I feel like talking about this stuff, a haunted house, I'm just like, I think I can go into it with just like, okay, this is obviously all fake and jump scares and whatnot. But if it's like legitimately haunted, it might take me a minute, if at all, to go into one.
Okay.
But...
And so, yeah, these are all places that are not legitimately haunted. These are all just attractions.
Just attractions.
You pay money to get shit scared out of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you pay money to get the shit scared out of you. That's true. Those like actually haunted
like
ones.
Like at the Stanley Hotel or something. But
yes, exactly.
Okay. So that being said, I, was pretty much under the impression that like you're not going to want to go to any of these. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about 5 of them today.
Okay.
And I personally don't want to go to any of these either. They all sound terrible and awful. So the fun, different format that we're going to do for today, we're going to involve a little bit of a game. aspect.
Ooh,
And the
okay.
game is going to be, it's something that they play in one of our favorite podcasts. I have to call my sister, but it's like how much money for. So I want to know, after I talk about each of these places, how much money you would need in order to go like do this attraction. Okay. So
Okay,
like
how much
you're
I
not
would.
going to pay to do it. Somebody's going to pay you to do it because
Yep,
I
okay.
already know you're not going to want to go spend money to do
Yeah,
this.
yep, yep. Okay,
And
so
same.
is there like a max range or is it just whatever?
No, it's literally just whatever. So like if you're
Okay,
like, oh, you know what, that doesn't sound that bad, I'll do it for $1, then you can do
yeah,
that. But if you're like,
okay,
no way in hell, I'll do that for $1 billion, you can say
okay,
that too.
okay.
So yeah, it's
That's
totally up
fun.
to you. Yes.
A good
And then
idea.
thank you. I also just kind of wanted to talk about these randomly, and I was gonna set this up beforehand, but I didn't get to it. So I'm gonna set up a quick little wheel here.
Okay.
Okay, well, this is my wheel. Oh, it's over here. So, I don't really care if anybody sees this or not, but I'm just going to spin this
I
to
can't see.
decide what we talk about first.
Nice. Blackout? Is that what it says?
Yes, the first one is Blackout.
All
All
right.
right, so the Blackout Experience, it's called. It started in New York, New York, and then it moved over to Los Angeles. So like I think pretty much every single one on this list, you have to sign a waiver in order to do it. The unique feature about this place is you don't know the location until the night before. They will send you an email with instructions on where to go.
All right. Mysterious.
Yes. And beforehand, they ask you for like physical limitations about yourself. They also ask you for your greatest fears because they kind of make this personal to you.
I feel like I may have heard of this one.
There was a bunch, so it's
Okay.
possible that you have heard of this. But yeah,
It's been a while either way. Like I just
yeah,
like I'm like that all rings a bell to me
yeah.
so far, but I'm sure
There's one
common
on
just
this list that you probably have heard of because it's like
okay.
a really famous one. Anyways, so then like when you get there, you have to record yourself saying that you give permission, for all of this stuff to happen to you, giving over your rights essentially. And then this event is like an alone event. So this isn't a group thing. You're going in by yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
My number's starting to calculate right now based on everything that you're saying.
That's fair. I tried. I didn't want to like think about it too far in advance, so I don't
I
have my
know.
own personal numbers
It's
so that
in
we can
mind.
talk about it at the end of each one.
Okay. Yep.
And then, okay, so each room that you go through, it's mostly dark or dimly lit. There's a bit of sensory deprivation with that, like with the no light, but then they'll have like really loud sounds, and then you'll just kind of see these like snippets of scenes portrayed by the actors that are just kind of like these horrific things. So this is where it gets like really extreme. So some examples, and remember again, like warning again, some of this stuff is pretty graphic in this episode, okay? So some of the examples of the things that they might do to you is like you'll experience suffocation. They can push you against the wall, search you police style. They've had people crawl through tight tunnels. They will like strip you of your clothes, make you get naked, and then the actors themselves will be naked. They've made people stick their hands in a vomit-filled toilet before. This is really messed up. They've had people watch simulated.
What?
Yeah. And there was a Yelp review that I read. There was actually a few people that claimed this same thing in Yelp reviews, where they basically forced the person going through it to like spank somebody else that didn't even really want to be spanked and like spit on her. There is a whole documentary about this place called Blackout Experiments, and you can watch this documentary on Tubi. I did. It was very interesting. I was pretty much just, looking like this the whole time, like, what the hell?
Yeah, my mind was going about how, like, what kind of person designs all of this,
Yes. They get into that a little bit in the
Okay.
documentary. And so I can just kind of skip forward to that a little bit. But basically, the creators of this consider the Blackout experience more performance art and less haunted attraction. That is another theme with all these places today, is that, like, literally none of these are haunted attractions. Like, these are all
Okay.
just fucked up places that you can go
Yeah.
and pay money to go. The creators really wanted to create something that would stay with you a long time and that you can't shake. Like, basically, they just want to fuck you up. you know?
Yeah, mess you up for life.
Yeah.
My number just keeps going up and up and up.
And so then other things that were interesting, like in that documentary, there was this clip that I found really disturbing. They were having like the actors prepare for this. And so they had like one of the actors was laying on like a gross looking mattress and he was just straight up off under a blanket. And yes. And then he just like stands up and then is like screaming at the people there to like get on the bed immediately. Just super like fucked up. And there was another clip showing, so this was actually during like the actual scare during the performance. One of the guys that goes through this experience several times, like in the documentary, there was a part where they forced him to hold a gun and like point it at this girl and pull the trigger. And obviously this is all, you know, a fake experience. And so like the idea being like he's going to know that there's not actually bullets in it or you know what I mean? But like it was a really intense scene.
But he's got to trust these people
exactly.
that are putting this on and that woman is, I know that she's probably consenting, but she's got to trust that, I mean, you never know.
I know. It feels like the scene in like a horror movie where they were just lying and then he actually does kill her and then
or just an accident like just like I thought I did remove one of the one of those bullets or something and then you oh my that would mess me up for life.
I didn't appreciate that scene at all. And so then in this documentary they basically have like a few people that are going through it several times. They're kind of like addicted to the blackout experience, if you will, and they just kind of always like want to do it again. Even though this is like such a awful, terrible experience, they all just seem to like want to experience it again. And there's like another guy that's part of it. And at a certain point, he finally starts to say like, this actually feels more like S&M or abuse and less of a haunt, which this place in particular felt very sexual compared to a lot of the other places. Just with like all of the nudity and just kind of, I don't know, the common themes that were portrayed throughout it.
Yeah, which like to each their own and consent at least is there, which is good. I just, not for me.
Not for me. And it just feels weird to advertise yourself as like a haunt. I don't know.
Right.
When you're really just legal S&M that people are paying for. Anyways, some of the people start to really get paranoid as well because they feel like the people running Blackout and the people that are creating the documentary are in on this bigger secret and that they're basically trying to like destroy their lives, like their everyday lives as well. Like they feel like they're just constantly being watched. And it just really felt like they were suffering from PTSD to me.
PTSD. That's what that sounds like for sure. And it's like weird that, I mean, not weird, sorry.
No,
it is intriguing that they, sign up for that, but that is the outcome.
Yeah.
For a lot. Maybe not for everyone, but I don't know.
So then like towards the end of the documentary, they actually have this new experience that Blackout comes up with where for a few select participants, Blackout will come to you. So they have the scare actors come straight to the comfort of your own home and scare the shit out of you there.
So they don't take you like it's not like a kidnap and bring you somewhere situation. It's like wherever you're at, they will do that there. Okay.
Yep. Comfort of your own home. You can get waterboarded because that's what they did. And then they had like this guy, he was naked and in the tub and they were just like dunking his head under the water. They were all like jumping on his, like standing on top of his bed, standing on top of him. They're all, covered in face masks and everything. And in this particular scene, they forced this guy to say, "This is the last time I attend Blackout." And all these people that went through this and this being their last time, they were actually very upset. Like they were mad at Blackout for making it their last time.
Oh,
which was just weird. Yeah.
Like you took it too far, but you knew what you signed up for. Or they took it too far, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
What?
Like the person going through it is like, I've been enjoying this for a long time, and then now you've taken it too far.
By saying they can't do it again?
By saying that they can't do it again.
Yeah, okay. They did not appreciate that fact.
Okay.
So that's pretty much Blackout. It feels uncomfy. I don't know.
Well, okay, first of all, how did they know that your biggest fear when you like sign up for it is what if I am really scared of multiple soft teddy bears? And
What?
like nothing actually scary because you say that they put down like what's your biggest fear?
Oh,
Or what
yeah,
is like
well, I think
your
it's I mean, basically the common experience with all of this is that like you're gonna be like tortured.
Okay.
So like
What if I want to be tortured and it's just in a pile of teddy bears?
what?
That's not really torture. I'm trying to say like you can kind of trick them if you wanted
Oh.
to. Like if I so that's where I'm thinking like if I were to go to and do
Hmm.
this, I could twist it a little bit.
Well, I think that they kind of have like a show that they perform. So basically
Okay.
the personal fears comes in more in terms of like shit that they're gonna yell at you. Like if you have like a fear of being judged or something, they're gonna be like everybody's watching you and hates you and you're like do you know what I mean? Like they're gonna basically get inside your brain. So it's not so much the like what are you physically afraid of?
Okay.
Like you like do you have a fear of teddy bears? Not so much that, but I don't know. Does that make
But
sense?
I guess the same thing applies though. Like how did they what if somebody did submit an application and consented to everything and said like I really hate compliments about myself?
I mean, I guess then it just wouldn't be a very like successful or interesting one for them. Like they didn't choose those ones to show in the documentary, you know, because those are
Okay.
probably not as fun or interesting. But
Well, that's the only way I do it is
there you go.
what's your number?
God. Okay.
Also, what would be like your biggest,
Oh
what is it,
gosh.
personal fear that,
Yeah. Well, I really don't enjoy being in the dark. So I think like just that aspect alone would bother me. Like if I was in the dark and then you don't know what's coming. So there's that aspect. And then, yeah, I mean, if they just start like yelling mean things to me, like that, yeah, that would be bad. I wouldn't enjoy that.
hmm, yeah,
What about you? This is gonna be a long episode.
I know. I think it would be being confined in the dark in
Yeah.
like a small space, like put you under the
Oh,
ground in a,
yeah.
you know, in a coffin or in
Mm-hmm.
something. I, do you remember I think we've talked about this, the cooler incident
God.
growing up?
Yeah.
And how, like, for some reason, Danny and I just did this. Like, your dad had this cooler out, and we were like, oh, I can fit in there. We both could fit in it. And then it was just like, let's lock one of the others in there and ride their bike down the road and come back and then unlock them and then switch off. And it was terrifying.
Yeah, Erin got really, really, really scared and I left her
Wasn't
in
your
there.
fault.
Well, you made me feel like I rode all the way to the other side of town on my bike.
I'm sorry.
But no,
It was,
like I don't know. And I think we just kind of kept trying to push the envelope a little bit, but
yeah.
yeah, you
No,
were
it was
really,
on
really,
me.
really afraid. And I mean it is kind of scary to think back now because it's like what if we couldn't breathe in there, you know, and then like something
Yeah.
horrific happened, but thank God it didn't. But yeah.
I think this is just, I've always had anxiety, and that's like part of it of just being like, oh, she's been gone for so long, she forgot about me. And
Oh
then
no.
that was it. But it definitely was what we talked about. So I was consenting. It just, I think that, yeah, just being in
You
a
were
tight
consenting
space.
as a 7-year-old or whatever the hell you
Yeah.
were.
Yeah. I
Thanks.
mean, at the time. But I think that, like, yeah, for me, it would be being in a tight and closed space where I
Yeah.
can't breathe and
Yeah,
can't
they would
see.
do that to you there.
Yeah, no thanks.
All right, so yeah, it is hard to come up with a number for these. How much would I do it for? I mean, maybe like oh, I keep thinking of a number and then I'm like, but if they gave me that, would I do it? Maybe let's go
Mm-hmm.
with like let's go with 5,000. I'll do it for 5.
Okay.
I try to give like whenever I play these games, I try to give like really realistic numbers. You know, it's like I feel like it would be easy to be like 10,000 or you know, $1 million or something like that.
Yeah.
But like realistically, if you were gonna sit me down and be like, we're gonna send $5,000 to your bank account, you just have to do this. You know what I
And
mean?
does it say how long it takes? Does
That's the
like the
one thing that I'm not sure about with this one is how long it takes.
okay.
I don't, there's some in this list that are very long. This one didn't really talk about that aspect of it. So I don't think it's like, like maybe like a couple hours or something, like 2 hours
Okay.
or something.
See, and my starting number was $100,000.
Yeah, no, and that's totally fair.
Yeah, I think I'll stick with that.
Took 100,000. Cool. Okay, so that was Blackout. Let's do the next spinneroo. It's hard to see on the white ones.
I know.
Okay, Stag. The next one is called Stag. Let's go down. So Stag, the horror experience, is located in Saginaw, Michigan. I probably said that wrong. So like the last one, you have to go to this alone, and you basically meet up in a parking lot where they immediately put a bag over your head and put you in a car. So this one, just going to put this out here, this is also kind of like, a performance art, if you will, and they have different shows. I think they do them kind of like randomly throughout the year, and they'll have like just different experiences. So I read through one called Stag Eternal that took place in 2023. So most of what I'm talking about comes from that particular instance of this, but they all, have similar themes in terms of like scariness and kind of what they do to you. So anyways, you have to sign a waiver, of course, and the waiver says that you are okay with nudity, electricity, whips, and disturbing situations. And in this experience, you are going to walk through different themed rooms, but the scares aren't booze. It's not jump scares. Like, it's just, another little fun torture experience. Also, like, a lot of times when you go through like a walkthrough, like maze, like a typical haunted attraction, the actors kind of want you to keep going, right? In this one, they basically said like the actors want you to stay and experience like whatever horrific thing is going on with them. They try to like prevent you from leaving. In between rooms, they'll blindfold you, so you get all twisted up and lost inside of this building that you're in. All right, so again, in Eternal 2023 version of Stag, there was the scenario played out where there's like a person laying on the table, and the person going through this had to like join a cult. So there was this person laying on the table with people around the table just looking like this is like some sort of cult sacrifice ritual. And the person on the table had their throat slit. And so I think a lot of these, are, how do I say this? They're like, it's like a play, they have good effects.
Because my question was going to be like, what people sign up to be the actors of this? But it is probably actors in theater, and then they have special effects people for sure, and just it's a whole team of people invested in this, which I don't know. Like, it looked realistic and everything, like the slit throat.
That's what the person is saying. Like, he pretty much just thought that that person died. And then basically he's forced to change into a hospital gown. He's gotten a syringe in his arm. He's forced to take pills, which like
actually a syringe in his arm?
Yeah. I don't know what was in it.
Not safe.
Yeah. I mean,
but like debris or infection. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of these places have some pretty crazy things that they do.
Yeah.
And there's like, this whole experience sounded like a fever dream, because I think to him it probably was. There's like this part where he is made to look like he killed this guy named Jimmy, who was the son of another character in this. And so then at that point, he must be punished, okay? And so he's like chained and whipped. They then do some sensory deprivation where he's blindfolded, tied to a chair, and given noise canceling headphones, but then like immediately like shocked to the system, because then there's like just a million hands on him, like licking him, biting him, scratching. There was vibrating and electricity. So I just feel like for me, that sounds awful. Like, I cannot handle sensory overload. I would be freaking out.
100%. And I just think like sometimes the mind, like just being in your own mind sometimes is, and with those things added to it, is just, I don't know.
Yeah, I'd be like, get
terrifying.
the fuck off of me.
Yes.
One of the actors was nude. And then there was this, again, this is so graphic. I'm sorry to anybody listening. That's
trigger warning.
Yeah. He said that there was a circle where he got covered in fluids, including piss.
Ooh.
Again, I don't know how much of this is like just staged. You know what I mean? Like it could just be made to look that way, which I would hope so.
I would hope so, especially with a syringe in your arm.
Yeah, right. And then, so like I mentioned, he was made to look like he killed this person's son, but then now he is that person's baby, and he's put into a diaper and spoon-fed disgusting substances. And just overall, there's a lot of pushing, dragging, and restraining that happens. That's Stag.
Why is it called Stag? Like, I think of a deer or something, you know?
I think that is kind of like the logo. It's kind of like this creepy
just
stag head. Yeah.
Ew. No.
No. Yeah.
And that one you don't fill out like you fill out the waiver, but you don't do like what's my biggest fear. It's just this was the one guy's experience.
Yeah, this one didn't. Yeah. This one's more of like a show that they have it all pre-planned, I think. Doesn't feel as personal.
Yeah, personalized. I'm still gonna go with like, okay, realistically.
I know, I feel like my numbers are probably gonna be somewhat similar for some of these. This one just, yeah, I don't know.
I would rather do this one than the last one.
You think so? I'm trying to think.
So I think my number would be like 20,000.
This one just felt really gross to me. Like,
yeah.
And again, that could just be that specific show. You know, maybe some of the other ones wouldn't be as bad. I kind of feel like my number might be higher for this one, surprisingly.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, what did you say? Just stick to 100?
No, I said 20,000.
Wait, you went down to 20,000? Wow, that's a big jump. That's a big jump.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't like that you're in there alone. I think that bothers me.
I mean, both of them you're in there alone, but
I know. I might need to go back on my other one. Maybe I'm gonna go up to this is life or death. I know. You know what I mean? Like I have to have a real number for this. Something about this one bothers me. I'm gonna say 10,000.
Okay. Meanwhile, I'm double. And I said, this one's not that bad.
Oh, no, I don't know.
No,
it's hard.
I like that you're being realistic. I do think like I need to think harder about that. Like what would be...
Because I actually feel like I would suffer from PTSD from this. So I might need to increase both my numbers, to be honest.
Okay.
Let's go to 15,000 for both of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this one's more scary, you would say?
I don't know. I think I just didn't like that I put my other one too low, I think.
Okay.
We're going to go to 15 grand for both Stag and Blackout.
Right. Okay. Sounds good.
All right. Moving on. All right. So McKamey Manor is a very notorious place. There are a couple documentaries, I think, out now about it. And some people might be upset with me even including this on the list because it says that it's this haunted attraction, but it's really not. And there's a lot of information out there about how it's really just a scam. So I'm going to get into all that.
Okay.
But McKamey Manor was founded or is run by Russ McKamey. Right now he's located in Summertown, Tennessee, but was originally in San Diego, California. And when he was in San Diego, I think it was not necessarily like a respected haunt, but it was more legit, I would say. Whereas now the one in Tennessee is just, it's a scam, essentially. And
bad
again,
reputation. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll get into it. But if you are interested, the documentary that's out there, there's one called Monster Inside, America's Most Extreme Haunted House, and it's on Hulu. And so this one takes place all inside, well, not even inside his house, but at his house, and it lasts 8 hours. Nope.
No.
The price for admission is just 1 bag of dog food. So that's
random.
Yeah, I think he donates it, but
I mean, which is good, but
I think that's part of like how he can get away with doing this shit because he doesn't really like make people pay for it. And then the other claim to fame that this one had is because he always says he will reward $20,000 to anybody that finishes it. And nobody's ever finished it. But that's where the scam comes in because he always seems to pull the plug or just like prevent people from finishing it, even though people would have. You know what I mean? Yeah, very shady. And the other thing is he films everything and puts it on YouTube. So if you want to watch people be tortured, you can go right on over to his channel and watch it. Which I will say, doing some of the research for this, just this whole episode, I genuinely felt like I should not be watching this. Like some of the stuff I was watching, I felt like so uncomfortable. I was like, oh.
I don't think I could watch it. Yeah, not for me.
And he makes you sign a 45-page waiver, and people always come out with injuries. So there's many notorious pictures online of people where they have broken bones, burns, or like legitimately just fully swollen faces. Like, I mean, these other attractions I'm talking about, like people come out and they're fine. You know what I mean? Maybe like a scratch or a bruise or something. But like genuinely, he fucks people up here.
Okay. My number
going up.
It's going up.
Yeah,
still.
so I mean, he pretty much just tortures people. I mean, he'll cut your hair. Also, he's notorious for just ignoring your safe word, because some of these places have safe words, and he just will just keep going.
This guy's messed up. And is he
yes.
like I mean, I know he's like, but is he involved in every
Yeah, like this is
event?
this is his show. You know?
Okay.
This is his whole deal. It's been reported that he's forced people to eat their own vomit if they puke. And there was this really fun clip that I found where he genuinely just said, "We had a heart attack for real." That was good stuff.
What a freaking messed up person.
Yes.
What? Again, like to each their own with things that people enjoy, but like to say that about another person?
Yeah.
That is
that was good
insane.
stuff. That was so cool. That time that somebody got so scared they had a heart attack, you know? Pretty fucked up.
Did they die?
No.
Probably not. Okay, but still.
Yeah, but still. He just straight up lies pretty much all the time, like in everything he says. But that was true. I did Google that somebody did have a heart attack there. So there's a really interesting series on YouTube by a YouTuber called Reckless Ben, and he basically decides to get to the bottom of this whole thing. And he's called Reckless Ben for a reason. He is just known for doing like crazy things with his body and just like really pushing the limits and just doing like insane things.
Like a Steve-O or like
kind
Jackass
of,
or something,
yeah,
but
kind of
maybe
in that regard, like Gen Z version of that. So he decides, you know, he's going to get into McKamey Manor. He's going to be a participant in this haunted attraction. And one thing, like I mentioned before, is that this Reckless Ben decides to hack into the Facebook live stream to steal all the video of himself going through the experience so that he can like show it on YouTube as well. His experience really like shows how this is a scam, because once he gets to McKamey Manor, like he's giving these upside down goggles, like makes everything look like, you know, everything's upside down, which would definitely disorient you. But he's never really allowed inside the haunted house. There's just kind of all these things that happen before that to prevent him from going in. And Russ just like, well, he attaches a shock collar to his ankle and then makes him do exercise for an hour, just like really intense exercises. He covers him in face paint. He just like literally squirts paint all over Reckless Ben's face. Just like basically drowning him in paint.
And outside of the house. Like
outside of the house. It's like literally the middle of the day. They're just like in his yard. Russ is just like sitting in a lawn chair, just watching this guy do ridiculous things. Okay. And he like puts clothespins all over Ben's face, which would hurt, but I don't know, it's just kind of like weird.
And all of this, I mean, at the shock collar around the ankle and doing an hour of exercise would be intense, but it's not like
it's not
horror.
Scary. It's not horror. It's definitely not a haunted attraction. He makes Ben work out until he literally can't do it anymore. Like he's just so exhausted that he can't move anymore.
Maybe that's what I need to work out. No, I'm just kidding.
Go to the McKamey Manor, Erin. Great idea.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
I know. And Ben really is trying to get to the bottom of this. So he's begging like to keep going. He wants to get inside the haunted house.
Yeah.
So Russ says like, okay, we'll keep letting you try to get in, where he ends up just doing like more torturous things, like waterboarding him while he's trying to escape from a straitjacket in a coffin, which is like literally impossible. He puts Ben's head in like a box and then pours water on the inside. So basically just drowning him. He holds a chainsaw right in front of Ben's face. Like he's laying there and he's just, hovering the chainsaw, like this close to his face. I'm sure it's where they can take the chain off or whatever, but still. That would make me uncomfortable. Yeah, you never know. Russ is a crazy guy.
I was just thinking too, like, is there any medical staff on hand?
God, no.
Probably not. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not at this place. I think at some of the other places that are more reputable on this list, there are. But not here. He literally like sliced his arm open at one point and then injected him with drugs. I don't know what the drugs were. And then, so Ben spends, hours there just waiting to get inside the haunted house. And then Russ can't do it anymore because his phone is dying. So they just lets him go. And he says that, he didn't win the $20,000 because he never made it inside the haunted house.
Trying to finish
through this kind of quickly because there's literally, holy shit, can you go on a rabbit hole on this McKamey Manor? And this is the place that kind of inspired this entire episode today. But
I think this is the one that I was thinking of.
Oh, I
remember like a scam and sketchy guy running it.
Yeah, but that's probably the one. So Reckless Ben does like a whole lot more sleuthing and kind of just like uncovers some more of the truth of this place, which is that like Russ will never show footage of the inside of the haunted house. It's always footage like of the outside, right? Before people actually get in. And one of like the things that Russ always says that he has inside the haunted house is rats and snakes and spiders and whatever, but he literally can't prove, like he will not even hold a single rat on camera. And it's just kind of like,
he's just
yeah,
take my word for it. Yeah, just like take my word for it. I swear that they're in there.
Something that was really funny was Russ, like I said, makes you bring a bag of dog food to the haunted house, and he directs you to like buy it at a specific Walmart, but the Walmart is not the closest one to his house. And so in the Reckless Ben video, they actually go to the Walmart that's closest to his house. And the reason why he doesn't want you to go to that one is because that's actually where Russ McKamey works.
The one that is further away? Or?
No, the one that's closer to Russ's house is where he works. So he's directing people to go to like the other Walmart to get dog food.
Because he works at Walmart as well. Okay.
I mean, obviously he's not making any money from this because he's just asking for dog food. It's just like a weird, sick obsession that he has.
Yeah.
Nobody ever gets in. Like I said, he bold-faced lies about what's inside. And then there's all these videos online where it's like people that went to the McKamey Manor, they will show videos of, that was the best experience of my whole life. Oh my God, I loved it. Or, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And it's come out that all those people were just genuinely threatened to say those things on camera. Okay. And then another thing that Reckless Ben uncovered was that the law enforcement are literally corrupt there, which is why people are not able to report these things because he's like buddies with the cops right there.
He's just got this whole system down.
It's crazy. And it's still going on.
And it's just still allowed to happen. That's
mind-blowing. Was arrested last July. So in July 2024, he was arrested with charges of attempted second-degree murder and domestic assault against his girlfriend. And the charges were dropped in September. And so, now he's just still open and operating today. You can go sign up if you want to.
Link below. No, I'm just kidding. No, thank you.
Yeah.
The only saving grace I have for this one in terms of like the money that I would accept to go to it is that it doesn't sound like it gets all that. I mean, it does get intense, but it starts off slow and you don't ever actually go into the house. Although I'd love to hang out with some rats and snakes.
God. Yeah.
Not spiders.
I'm sure if he does have them, I'm sure he's taking great care of them.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. I would just like put them in my pocket and take them out. Yeah. That one might be like 10,000.
Yeah. You think this one feels a little bit less for you? I think for me, it feels, again, it's like the ick factor. Like Russ gives me really hardcore ick vibes, and I don't want him getting off on videos of my torture later.
True. I forgot about that part.
Yeah, because that's been said is, that he just watches these videos later and has been seen with his pants off while watching them.
Okay.
So I really, and I don't want people online to see these videos of me either.
Yeah. You're right. That's a whole nother factor.
Yeah. Like the scare factor doesn't scare me as much. I think it would hurt because he does literally like torture you.
Yeah.
But scare factor is not as bad.
But the creep factor.
The creep factor, I think I would need, I don't know. I might need 100K for this.
Yeah.
I might need, yeah.
80. I'll go 80.
Okay. I appreciate that our answers are different. I like that.
Yeah.
Makes it more interesting. All right, 2 more. Trying to cruise through.
It's all good.
Spinny spin. Okay. Oh, we're going to the 17th door.
All right.
Okay. So, the 17th door is located in Buena Park, California. Again, you're going to have to sign a waiver. And this waiver states that actors can grab you, you may get wet, and you may need to hold your breath. This is a full contact experience with over 60 scare actors and lasts over 30 minutes. There is another show or something you can watch on this if you are interested. They have their own reality show. There's only 1 season of it. It's called Spook Show 17 and is from 2022. It was on Tubi. I highly do not recommend it because it is extremely not politically correct and just, I think, shows a really toxic workplace. I really did not vibe well with the owner of this place, and that truthfully alone makes me not want to go there to support this man.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought that there would be some like, okay, we're just in it for like the fun of it all. But almost all these people sound creepy as hell.
And this guy actually is a little interesting. He didn't really give me creepy vibes, to be honest. He just gave me asshole vibes.
Okay.
Like racist asshole vibes.
Wonderful.
Toxic workplace, horrible boss, horrible husband. Those kind of vibes, you know?
Okay. All right. Creepy, racist. In terms of like weighing your options, I don't want either. Thank you very much.
Yeah. But beyond that, the like storyline for this place, and kind of going back actually, this one I feel like is the most similar to like a typical haunted attraction that like we might go to. Okay. In that it's more of like a walkthrough situation. And I'll explain, I guess, a little bit more in just a second. But the storyline here is that there's a lady named Paula who's like suffering the horrors of prison through 17 different rooms. Okay. And so you go through 17 different rooms at this experience. You go in with like very small groups, and each room that you go in, you are locked in there for 90 seconds at a time. So like literally the door locks behind you. And the interesting thing is like, the doors lock on all the rooms at the same time. And then like when the 90 seconds are up, the doors all open and everybody moves to the next room.
Oh,
so
okay.
That's how they kind of get everyone through.
Yeah, multiple groups going at once. And yeah, okay.
Yeah. The rooms get increasingly more intense as you go on. And they do change up the rooms from year to year, but like they have like some more notorious ones, and you know, some will like come back and stuff like that. Some of the rooms, it sounded like, are kind of like acted out scenes and jump scares like in like a typical haunt, but the rest of them were just crazy. So I'm gonna go through some of those now. So there is one called the gas chamber. And basically the room, like the whole room, you go in it and then it like tilts you back, and then the like back falls. Sorry, I'm laughing at your expression.
I know. Sorry.
The back like opens up and then you fall through into like a ball pit. That's literally like probably the most tame on this list.
Okay.
There's one called the trust room, where basically you're like strapped into a seat, and then you have like buttons in front of you, and you choose a number, and the number correlates to somebody else in their chair. And then like once the time is up, then it's revealed what number you pushed, and then that person gets electrocuted or like shocked.
It's like the Stanford prison experiment.
It is. And then they do it a couple times, so like people can kind of get their revenge on you.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. Psychological.
There is this really crazy room where they basically like shrink wrap you to a wall and suffocate you for 90 seconds. I heard rumor of a dead animal room, but I couldn't find anything else on that. Sounded awful.
No, thank you.
There is one called the barber's room where they will literally cut your hair.
That's it?
Yeah, that one, you know,
it's not
a
like
little bit more
Sweeney
tame,
Todd.
but
Sweeney Todd, where they
There is
Like
one
I said that very Wisconsin. I was like, Sweetie Todd.
Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd. 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 Okay, sorry.
You're good. I like it. There's one called the Tumbler Room, and this is another one where like the whole room will literally like spin, so it like tumbles you around.
Mm.
Um,
I thought it
the
was like they just bring up your Tumblr from 2007
Oh
and
my God, yeah,
that's
it's
the horror.
psychological horror. They bring up your past. That would be so funny. They're like, we found your old
We
MySpace.
found it. Now live through the horrors again.
Um, there's one called the Cockroach Room, which is, fairly explainable, self-explainable. They had like this was like one of the big scenes featured in the show. I only watched one episode of the show, but
Mhm.
they were like showing how they're changing the cockroach room from the last year to this current year that they were filming in.
Mhm.
And they literally hadn't gone in the cockroach room since the year before. So it was literally so disgusting. When they went to go clean it out, I audibly out loud was just like, oh my God. And Dwight was sitting on the computer behind me and he's like, what? And then I made him watch the clip because I was just so horrified. But then the current way that they were trying to do the cockroach room is they were going to have these levers where they were going to put granola bars on the levers, and then that would entice all the cockroaches to go stand on the levers. And then, like, when the timer goes, the levers go like this, or like they fly, and that flings all the cockroaches, like, right on people. So basically, the cockroach room is just cockroaches flying all over the place.
Okay. I have a question then.
Yes, what's your question?
When they didn't go into it for a year, was it gross because they had multiplied so much, or there were so many dead, or
It
there
was more
were.
of a dead situation, like
Okay.
just piles of shells and shit. It was disgusting.
They didn't sign up for that.
I just imagine that it smelled terrible in there and
Probably.
it was
Yeah.
gross. There's a room called the execution room where you get pelted with paint guns, and then 3 rooms later, you are in the fire squad where you do the shooting.
So kind of, yeah, back to
That
sort
sounded
of
like the only fun one, but also kind of mean. Or
Have you
you
ever
said back to
done
the
like,
Stanford experiment?
yeah,
Yeah.
back to the Stanford prison experiment
Yeah.
where your actions have consequences later, but also like the power gets to you. But I
Yeah.
think if they would have done it opposite, it would have been different. Like you start in the room that you shoot at people,
Mm-hmm.
and then later on, you are the one being shot at.
I feel like it would be like so surprising to get to the firing squad and being like, oh my God, I didn't realize that like I was the one that was gonna have to do this later. I thought that the people shooting were just like people that worked here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. Have you ever gone like paintballing or anything
No, I
before?
don't really have interest in that. I
Same.
like the idea of like the game and like having paint splatter on you, but
Hmm.
I don't really want to get hit and like get all bruised up and I don't know, that doesn't sound fun to me.
It's like welts and stuff. Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
rather do laser tag than
Yeah, let's go do
paintballing,
laser tag. That sounds fun, you know?
That'd be great. Yeah, I want to do that so bad.
Mm-hmm.
TJ does, he used to do paintballing a lot growing up, and I'm just like, it's like, yeah, we would just hit people, there'd be welts all over. And
God, yeah. No thanks.
no, I don't want that.
Mm-mm.
Laser tag, more my speed.
It's fun. Okay, there's one called a truck smash room where it looks like a big truck is just gonna come slam right into you. Like it stops like right before it gets to you. I feel
Okay.
like that is scary, but I feel like I appreciate that more. Like that's just genuinely being scared. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
that's
not
like
being
real
tortured.
life, day to day could happen. Is that what you
No, it's
think?
more of like that's more of like a jump scare. You know what I mean? Or
Okay.
like a roller coaster type of scare and not so much we're just gonna suffocate you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
I don't want to be
I see what you
tortured.
mean. Yeah.
It's at least just like something scary.
I think what it would scare me the most about it is that it's more like realistic or like could happen with like a
Sure.
truck, car accidents and I don't know.
Yeah. There's one called flood pipes, where you crawl down a narrow tunnel and then the door locks behind you. So like you can't, go crawl backwards.
Hmm.
And then there's like an airbag, airbag. It's coming out the Wisconsin airbag above you that like inflates and then pushes you down like onto the ground more, and then there's water in front of you, and so then your face is just smushed into the water and you can't breathe. Yeah. There is a safe word. So if you say mercy at any time, then you can actually skip the room. So I appreciate that fact.
They actually honor the safe
Yes.
word in this one? Okay,
Yes,
good.
they actually honor it. And then when I was looking on their website for current information about this current year, I did see that the safe word is not applicable in 3 rooms, but I could not figure out which 3 rooms those were, but they warn you far in advance. Like there's
you know
a lot
which
of
rooms
yeah, like if you're
when
actually
you are
doing it.
there. Okay. Okay. That's good at least.
Yeah. So thoughts on this one, on the 17th door?
Well, I feel like my opinion would change seeing the video of the guy that runs
Yeah.
it, right?
Well, so what I'll say is that I just didn't like him. And like, I don't want to
Yeah,
necessarily support him with my money. But in
right.
this made up scenario that we're talking about, I'm getting supported. So it's a little different. Do you
That's
know what I
true.
mean? Like, I wouldn't be supporting him. He would be supporting me.
Good point. Good point.
And yeah. So what do you
I
think
think I
then?
like that this has a time on it, like a
Mm-hmm.
number to know, in advance, like it's going to be 90 seconds each room.
Right.
So I think honestly, I'd probably do this one for like $8,000.
Okay. Yeah. My number is way lower on this one as well. I think I would probably do it for like, I'll do it for 1,000.
Okay. Yep.
Because this one to me feels the most legit in terms of, how do I put it? It's not just like somebody's weird backyard. It's a whole experience. It's like a legit place. They have legal binding documents. I did see some clips of like or ambulances coming to pick people up. So people do get
Okay.
hurt, but it seems like they're very quick to respond to those things. And I really enjoy like the safe word. It feels a lot more polished
Mm.
of an experience. And like you said, it's like you're going to go in knowing it's only 90 seconds. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I would agree with that. I do feel like, not supporting him with the money, like you said. So that would be the big thing. I think that what scares me the most about the other ones is just like there's a potentially a longer time and you don't
Mm-hmm.
know necessarily what that is.
Yes.
I like going into it knowing. And I think the safe word as well is helpful to be like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
if it gets really bad, I can pull this out and they
Mm-hmm.
will stop everything. It feels more, legit, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Can't think of a better word than that. Secure? I don't know.
Yeah. And I like that you're also like with your people too.
True.
I think
Yep.
that really helps with this one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can hold on
Agreed.
to you while you're there or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that leaves the last one on this list. And that is the Castle of Chaos in Midvale, Utah.
Okay.
So this place has 5 levels of intensity, and you get to choose when you book your ticket. So there is level 1, which is Monster Be Gone. Monsters are at a distance from you. Okay. Number 2 is just general admission. So that's like literally normal. They can't touch you. Just like a normal haunted attraction. Okay.
Okay.
Number 3 is basic hands-on horror. So that's where they can actually touch you now.
Okay.
Number 4 is extreme hands-on horror. And now this adds an element of where they can basically push you around a bit. They can guide you, brush up against you, or even bag you over the head sometimes so that you can't see. And then level 5 is ultimate hands-on horror. You can actually be like separated from your group. And so there's a lot of stories of this online where it's like people just totally had to go through it alone because they got separated from the rest of their friends, and they can do mock torture. So that is actually just the beginning of this place, because then they have this other attraction, another level of this called Krusebel. And now this is an overnight event going from 10 p.m. until 6 a.m. So you are there for 8 hours.
Nope.
This is like a show that they perform. So it's another one of these like performance art
Yeah.
experiences, if you will.
theatrical.
Yes, they do these every 3 months. And there was like another video showing where people have to make a video of themselves reading over their rights to sign a waiver. There was a couple interesting aspects to this where it's like you can increase the intensity level. So somebody was saying they want 10 out of 10 intensity level. So this place also has safe words that they implement and use pretty well. They follow it.
And abide by. Okay.
Yes, and abide by. But you can do this thing where you say the safe word, but then instead of them just stopping right away, then they'll slow down the experience over 10 minutes. So
Ooh.
that's just like
I
another
like that.
added element that you can add before you go in, though, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
And the videos of this one just genuinely looked like torture. Like it was really interesting to me to see because on their website they have like a little, teaser trailer for the current event going on, and it genuinely it just looked like they were being tortured. Like they looked bloody, and I think it is all just, again, it's like it's all show, or it's all effects.
Yeah.
But
The people like going through it were bloody, or the actors?
yeah, no, like the people
Oh.
going through it, but I'm assuming that was fake blood. I don't know.
Guess depends on which level they choose. But I guess Crucible's the highest. Or
Right. So like this is the
this is
intense level that
most
they chose.
intense.
And in this like teaser trailer, they showed like 7 hours and 20 minutes in. This person didn't make it through anymore. And this was actually kind of crazy. He was just like literally like shaking. Like they were showing him after the experience and they were just kind of talking to him. He was literally shaking with fear and just exhaustion. And he's just like
PTSD.
yeah, and he's like, I thought this was going to be a haunted house. Like that was not a haunted house, you know?
Either, yeah, did they not explain it well, or did he not do his research well enough? Well, he could have gotten out, though, too. Not.
Yeah, like he could have quit earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
that's scary.
I'm not trying to victim blame, so I guess
No,
like
not at all.
But,
No, not at all. Not victim
Yeah.
blaming. Just,
but it just seems surprising, yeah, that he went in without knowing all of that.
yes, it shows how it affects you, too, like no matter
Mhm.
what.
Okay, so before I talked about Reckless Ben, and I actually watched one of his videos on this place as well, and it was really interesting. So he went in there, with some of his friends, and he explained kind of how this place works a little bit more. So this place does have a safe word. I think it's different for each person, but then they also have like another safe word where you just say medicine, and then
Oh.
you basically get to skip a room. So this is another type of place where it's like they move you from room to room, covering your head between each room, and each room is going to be a different experience of torture, really.
And you don't know what you're going into, or is there pretty...
This one feels a little bit more like you don't know what you're going into.
Okay. Yeah.
And they do also figure out what your like personal fears are and like your background and storylines to kind of really get into your head. And Reckless Ben said that this really felt like he was like inside of a play or a horror movie. And he seemed to really enjoy that fact.
Okay.
So
More
just kind of-
enjoyable than the other one.
Yeah. This guy obviously really hates McKamey Manor, but he
Yeah.
seemed to really respect this place. And so the storyline for this place is that like you are a mental patient being checked into an asylum, and just like seeing some videos of it, I feel like it did look more like a haunted attraction than like Blackout or Stag, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of had, that vibe where the people were like dressed up, to be like doctors or nurses.
Okay.
And so I think you can go in with your group, but then you will get like split up at different parts, and then you kind of come back together at different parts. There's a couple scenes where Reckless Ben is strapped down and he's made to believe that he's like getting surgery performed on him.
Ooh.
And they like cut him open, and like it's interesting because he's talking about how he genuinely thought that they like were performing surgery on him, and like it felt like there was so much pain, but then at the end of the day there was just like a tiny little cut on his arm, like just like
How
a
did they
scratch.
do that then?
So that's like the big mystery of this place, is it's kind of like a magic show and they don't want to reveal like how they do their tricks.
Okay.
And so they are unwilling to share like 100% of the footage, because they basically took a lot of video for Reckless Ben's channel, but they gave back to him like what they were willing for him to show and include.
Okay.
And so yeah, they took out anything that kind of shows any of like the tricks or and how they did any of this.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Don't reveal the secrets.
yeah. And let's see, what else did they do? There was like, so one of the people in his group quit during a part where he was strapped down to a chair with gadgets attached to his head, where they performed electric shocks on him. And literally, they were doing this for like 40 minutes, he said. And
And
again,
like legitimate electric shocks
well,
or
yeah, that's the thing that again, it's kind of confusing because
it's
like
yeah.
it does look like they're being shocked. Like I said, it looks like real torture, like when you're watching
Yeah.
these videos, but apparently, they're not actually doing anything, or like maybe it's just like a tiny shock, but because like it's, in such a sensitive area, maybe it feels worse than it is. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, it looked scary. There's like this part where the people that are in there are being bossed around by the scare actors on what to do, and if they don't obey very specific instructions, then they'll be shocked by a cattle prod. There's a scene that I know this kind of goes back to what you were talking about with the little cooler. There's a part where they have like a mini fridge and it's filled with ice water, and you have to go inside, and then they like closed it on top of you.
Oh, okay. Like
Reckless Ben hated that part because he
a
said it was
cold
like
plunge.
extremely painful. Yeah.
Yeah, but with oh yeah, with it shut.
Yeah. There's a very intense scene where they're fed like a really disgusting lunch and they have to eat it all, and they just keep saying like, if you throw up, you will be severely punished. And they said like that off camera one of the people was being punished for, not, or like for puking, but I don't really know what the punishment was, but
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
they were gagging. Like, I don't really know what they were eating. Obviously, they can't like make these people real sick, you know what I mean? So I'm sure it was just
Right.
something disgusting, but I don't know what that was.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know what they come up with or how they figure that out
Yeah.
as to what to give them.
And then there's just like scenes, where they're again with the waterboarding.
Why is that always like, why is that? I mean, it is creepy, but why is that a thing?
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, that's Crucible.
Well, I definitely wouldn't do that level
No.
well, okay, if I had to do that level, that would be 120K.
Okay. Yeah. This one is rough because it looks really scary and it looks really painful.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the aspect of this one is they felt very respectful of safe words. And again, it just kind of felt a little bit more legit than some of the other ones on this list.
Yeah,
That being said, it looks horrifying and terrible and literally just painful. In 8 hours, that's insane. I'm
that's
definitely not going to
insane.
make it through that. So, how much money?
I feel like I
I
need to go
think,
back and redo all mine, but
I
I'll
know.
just stick with what I have.
I think I'll do this one for 25,000.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Don't come for me for how serious I was on all of these, because it's one of those things that's hard to really place a number on it. And then like if the situation was presented to you, I'm sure you would have a different feeling about it. But
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And also, but then you could also come out of it being like, I did not get enough money for that.
yeah, yeah.
Just depending on how it
And
goes.
I'm not saying you have to finish any of these with the
That's
amount of
true.
money. I'm just saying you have to go. You have to start.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, then, not see. Yeah,
Did
I
that
need
change
to.
everything? I'm sorry.
I feel like that changed. I mean, I'm sure you said that, but in
You
my
have
head
to reach
it
your,
was
well, I
going
didn't say that, I
through.
don't think, but I guess I
Okay.
just figured that was implied, but I shouldn't have. Like, I don't know, because I was mentioning the safe words and stuff.
Yeah, and the safe words, I feel like that is another level of just like having an out for sure,
Mm-hmm.
which is makes me feel better. But still going through it even without or even knowing that the safe word is there, I think that would mess me up. But then again, I would go through it for 10 minutes and then use the safe word and make 1,000 and I'd be happy, you know.
Yeah, that's a whole different game, though.
I
I feel like you
know,
have to
yeah.
try. You have
Okay.
to try.
There's got to be something in between. You don't
Yeah,
necessarily have to finish it, but you have to put in your
you're
best
all.
effort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
And I mean, like we said already, McKamey Manor, they might not even listen to you, so that's
Yeah,
an
that one
added
might go
risk.
up. Yeah, that one might go up in money for
Yeah.
me.
This entire world just was crazy to me. I had, a vague idea of what I wanted to do for this, and then just kind of opened up all these doors on these really weird places that I didn't know existed.
Just no, thank you.
No thanks, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm like questioning, I was gonna say, I'm like questioning whether I should go to the Sheboygan Asylum or not?
I was gonna say I'll take a regular haunted house over
Yeah.
any of these any day now. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, people are into what they're into.
Oh yeah, no shame.
Yeah, again, yeah, just no shame. It's just not for me, not for you, probably, depending on the money,
Yeah.
if we were offered. Yeah, I think okay, so what is it, McKinney or
McKamey Manor.
McKamey Manor.
Mm-hmm.
I remember hearing there was like a whole scandal about it too, and I'm like back when you first started this, I'm like, yeah, that's the one that I was thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
Creepy.
Yep. That was Spooktober. Happy Halloween.
Spooktober. Happy Halloween, everyone. Hopefully these
Mm-hmm.
episodes brought some holiday spirit. And maybe not holiday spirits, but
Mm-hmm. I'm excited for the change of pace next week.
yes, we will switch it up next week. And Spooktober was fun. And again,
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to be the last time that, the only
Yeah.
time in the calendar year that we will have a spooky topic, I'm sure, because
Yeah,
our
now it'll just be
brains,
like a fun little surprise when
yeah,
one of us comes up with it.
and I might try to come up with like a palate cleanser, like something fun,
Yeah.
or switch it up a bit. So
I was gonna say, do you know your topic for next week or
I
not?
have a couple ideas, but I'm not
Mm-hmm. Not
100% yet.
cemented? All right.
Not cemented, per usual. Well, thanks for doing that, Danny. That was super interesting, and I just have so many questions like swirling in my head of
Mm-hmm.
why,
Who, what,
who,
where,
yeah,
when, why?
yep, basically all of that, exactly. Um, but that was fun. So that's it for this week's rabbit hole. Next week, like we mentioned, I don't know yet.
Yay.
We'll see, but palette cleanser and happy Halloween again. But tell us what you're hyperfixated on currently. Drop it in the comments, DMs, send us an email, wherever you find us. We're on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, uh, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I'm working on being in a couple other spots as well, in terms of podcast platforms. So
Oh, cool.
let us know what you're hyperfixated on, and maybe your obsession will make it into a future episode. Like I said, I think one day we want to get to the point of like once a month we pick a
Mm-hmm.
listener topic that we do as an episode, because I think that would be really fun. And I'm sure that people have really good ideas. So let us know. And then until then, embrace the spiral, stay curious, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.